You may not know this, but we're in a depression. Maybe you can't see it. Well, that's because it's invisible. That's what Al Lewis, my friend and colleague, says, and he joins me on the set now.
Hi, Simon.
You're in from Colorado. Thank you very much for being here.
Well, thanks for having me.
So, the invisible, you can't see it, you can't touch it, but you can feel it.
Yeah, you know how Ben Bernanke said that he helped us avert a great recession? I think what he really did is he blinded us to the fact that there's a great recession. You know, we have 1 out of 7 Americans on food stamps.
Let's repeat that. 1 in 7.
1 out of 7. It's a shocking number. It gets used a lot, but it's still a shocking number. And, you know, if all these people were in a line, right, it would look just like the Great Depression, right? We'd all be waiting in line for soup and bread. Instead, you get a little card in the mail, right? And there's really not even a stigma to using this card, as there used to be to food stamps.
Is that partly why so many people are using it, though? I mean, is part of it stigma and part of it...
There's no stigma anymore. I mean, if you're unemployed, this is the golden age, right? You get 99 weeks of unemployment. A lot of people have run through that already. Right, so this invisible Great Depression may start to become more visible as we move from here. But that's just one element of it. You know, there's what we talk about as the shadow inventory of homes that might be foreclosed.
These are the things that these are homes that the banks basically own but haven't yet really moved to foreclose and sell. Right?
Or they're people that haven't paid their mortgage, they've been living in their house for a year, and the banks haven't moved to foreclose on them. I mean, it goes on and on and on. But what happens when these hit the market? But this helps keep the Great Depression invisible. I think in commercial real estate, there's been a game going on for a long time called extend and pretend. You know, basically, these are on the books of some real estate investment trust, and they have a lot of leeway as to when they take the markdown on it. And of course, they're taking it slowly. If all of this hit at once, we'd of course be in a lot of trouble, but they're able to keep this going, stretch it out, and what we're in, I call an invisible depression.
Can I add some other things to your list?
Sure.
Maybe we can get a crowdsource here, but one other thing we know about recent graduates, people of 2006, 2007 and beyond, is that they're not all of them are fully employed, not by a long way.
No way.
And we're seeing a lot of people going back to school because they can't find the job they want. They think they'll get more credentials. Is that another part of this invisible depression?
I think so, because they are counted as employed, right? Gainfully employed. You know, my wife goes to Nordstrom's, and most of the people that she deals with there have master's degrees. Master's degrees.
Selling your shoes.
Selling shoes at Nordstrom.
If you're going to get nice shoes, I guess that's the way to do it,
right? But yeah, chronically underemployed people, as well as chronically unemployed people.
Al, you're a smart guy. What's the answer? We need answers. Jerry gave his answer. You give yours.
Well, you know what? First of all, we need to recognize where we are. By pretending that things are okay, by lowering interest rates to 0 and saying everything's going to be fine, don't worry, we'll have a QE3 if QE2 doesn't work out, we're ignoring the problem, right?
Yeah.
The problem is that we need real growth in the economy that drives job growth. And, you know, one of the ways to get that is to worry about our trade deficit a little bit. I mean, we take all of the stimulus money, right, and we spend it. And where does it go? Consumers use that money to buy goods that are made in China. So it all just sort of leaks out. I mean, that would be one solution. But I say the first step in any recovery is to recognize that you have a problem. And I don't think that we've fully done that.
So Ben Bernanke says, hi, I'm Ben Bernanke, and we're in the depression, is what he should say. And everyone should applaud him for saying that, is what you're saying.
You know what? I do admire him for at least not pretending that we're in a recovery. You know, when you see Mr. Bernanke, he's not the cheerleader that he was before this all began.